All right, what's going on, fellas? In this video, I want to talk about 3 mistakes you keep making when you're angry. All right, let's get right into it. These are the 3 mistakes that I made for a long part of my life, so I know the impact of this, and this is not how you want to show up, fellas. All right, so the first mistake that you are making is you are reacting too immediately when you're getting pissed off, man. All right, you have to get away from whatever set you off, man. You got to create some space in between what happened and your response to it. All right. Well, what happens is we're so impulsive, man. We get so pulled into it that our reaction becomes so automatic. All right. So you got to be able to kind of, what it's called is regulating yourself. You got to get away. Go take some deep breaths, man. You need that space. It's key. Go take some deep breaths. Get yourself back grounded, man. I look at it like when something pisses you off, you're like offline. You're not online anymore, meaning you're not functioning properly. You have lost it. You're kind of disconnected. So you need to put yourself in a situation or put yourself in a space where you can get back online, but you need to calm down. You need to woo side out, like Martin says in Bad Boys, all right? So that's very key. That's one of the mistakes that most of us make, all right? And we don't even realize that we're doing it. So make sure that you're getting yourself calm. Make sure you're regulating your nervous system, all right? Go take some deep breaths. Now, the second mistake you're making when you're angry is that you're not recognizing your trigger. You're not recognizing what made you angry to begin with. Why are you even pissed off? Again, it goes back to we're so automatic when something happens. It goes, something happens and reaction is right there behind it. All right, so like I said in the first tip, you want to create that space, but you also want to get curious about what made me mad. Why am I pissed off right now? Get curious with it. You know what I mean? What is underneath this? You know, I had this automatic reaction to something and I don't even know why. And once you can understand why, you can start to get practice and get a better sense of your responses to things. You know what I mean? And they don't have to be so all-consuming. And what I mean is they don't have to like just take over you and now you're just reacting. You have better control over how you are experiencing something, and then you choose to respond and not react. So you give yourself more power, you give yourself more choice, and that's where you want to be as a man, all right? So it's key to be able to kind of identify what triggered you. What made you go from 0 to 1,000? What was the jump off point? For example, somebody might have said something to you and you felt a strong sense of disrespect. You know, it might have hit a nerve in you where maybe you grew up in a place where disrespect is not taken. And this is a mindset that you have adopted your entire life, and that button got pushed. And now it's just automatic response to where I got to put this person in their place because they pushed my button. All right. So when you can think of it that way and you can start implementing that type of mindset, it will help you to shift your perspective on things. It's not going to happen overnight to where you start getting this right. But the more you can put awareness on it and start practicing it, it'll start to become something you can a behavior you can fall back on, or fall on when you feel yourself getting activated, when you feel yourself getting. So it's ultimately what I'm saying is you want to practice it. It's like practicing your jump shot, all right? At first you can't shoot, and then before you know it, it's just coming off your wrist like you wouldn't believe. You know what I'm saying? It's like second nature. So that's what I mean, all right? It won't happen overnight. But you want to identify those triggers. Identify what set you off to begin with. All right, now the third mistake that you keep making when you're angry is that you're allowing that anger to dictate your behavior. You're allowing it to cause you to say mean things. You're allowing it to let you overreact and lash out and just kind of behave in a way that you really don't need to be behaving. The anger is starting to consume you. So what you want to do is you want to be able to gain better self-control over yourself, all right? And that takes practice. Like I said, it's not going to happen overnight, but the more you can put awareness on this, the more that you can shine a light on it, that it's even happening, now you can start working towards changing the behavior. You can't change what you were not aware of, all right? So if you're somebody who's lashing out, if you're somebody who's cussing somebody out, maybe you get into it with your girl and you have shouting matches, start to become aware of that. Start to get curious with, why are you getting pissed off? Why are you needing to respond in the way that you're responding? What set you off? And once you can start identifying that, then you can start kind of working with things and creating new patterns of how you choose to operate. But back to what I was saying about letting your emotions dictate your behavior. I say this in a lot of my videos. You want to be aware of your emotions. You want to be aware when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're happy. Like, okay, that's what that feels like. You want to be able to recognize it, but you don't want to let it kind of drive the car. You want to let your emotions sit in the passenger seat while your authentic self, the way that you choose to operate, is driving the car. You're not on autopilot anymore. You've got control. You are consciously responding to life how you want to do it. Okay. And it takes a long time to be able to get here, but this is what I talk about. This is self-awareness, emotional mastery, and emotional intelligence is very important too when it comes to this stuff. When you're lashing out and you're saying things you don't mean, you really need to start working on being more emotionally intelligent. All right. You need to learn your emotional state. You need to become more familiar with that. And also that'll help you become more familiar with the emotional state of people around you too. And once you can start to incorporate this and understand this dynamic that I'm talking about, man, it's going to set you up for success in your relationships, how your dynamic is at work with your coworkers. It works with your children. It's really a pivotal skill that really has helped me in my life. And it'll really help you to start to kind of have better control over your emotional state at any given time. If this video provided you with any value, if you like the video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're a man who wants to improve his emotional intelligence, if you want more emotional mastery over yourself and stop letting your emotions get the better of you, then book a call with me, all right? I'll leave the link in the description. Just shoot me a message on IG and we'll set something up. And again, if you're trying to improve that emotional intelligence, make sure you check out my playlist, all right? I'll leave it up here floating around for you, and I'll see you there. Peace.